So I invite her to come here to provide some models for you, okay, so that you will know how to prepare for storytelling presentations later in this semester. I'm sure you will learn a lot today. So let's welcome her with a big round of applause.
All right, I'm so flattered and so happy to see you all here. Yeah, it's a tiny little class. So maybe later, if I need you to sit closer or I need you to cooperate, interact with me, please don't be shy, all right? Because you always expect your students to interact with you when you are doing storytelling, right? Okay. All right. So I believe you have the handouts, and you also have this worksheet. Well, I would call it as a rubric form. Later, you will use it. So be sure you have these 2 pages, right? Okay, so my name is Karma. So later, if I'm doing the demonstration or doing the storytelling, if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to raise your hand. I can always stop right there and answer your question if I can. All right. So this is briefly you can see me or you can email me here if you have any further questions. Alright, so before we get into the topic, I need you to talk with your neighbor. If you don't have a neighbor, please turn and talk with your the friends sitting next to you. Alright? So the first question is, what is storytelling to you? What is storytelling to you? And the second question is, have you ever tried storytelling in class? If yes, how was it? Do you like it? Or if not, what stopped you? What's your concern? Alright, you have 1.5 minutes because we're running late. Alright? Okay. Share your thoughts. You have 2 questions to think about. Sit closer so you may share your ideas. Okay, alright. Sorry to stop you right here. Anyone wants to share the first question? Is your thought about what is storytelling? Yeah, what is storytelling to you? Yeah. Anyone? Yes.
For us, we all agree that the storytelling is to make students more familiar with the topic of the lessons, like vocabularies and sentence patterns.
Yeah, it's a good way to introduce the vocabulary and sentence patterns, right? Okay. Any more thoughts? Like this group? Yeah.
I think when the storytelling, I think it's a great time. I always telling stories to my daughter as a student.
You have a daughter?
Yeah, my daughter.
She's a graduate student. She's a graduate student.
So I think I love it. And children always like it.
Yeah. Not only children, we all love stories, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And this group? Any thoughts? What is storytelling to you? Feel free to talk. There's no right or wrong answer. Yeah. Yeah, so it's an easy way to a new world, right? Okay, thank you. How about the second question? Did you try storytelling like this young mommy? She tried storytelling and her kids love it. And if you didn't, what might be the possibility, the difficulties you're facing when you're doing storytelling? Have you ever thought of that? No? You think, well, it's easy. It's just like a click, and then, oh, I can do storytelling. So what might be the difficulty? Yeah.
Not encouraging the students and patients.
Oh, so yeah. Like when you're doing storytelling, the kids like always unsettled, right? They can't keep focus. Alright, that might be the question. Later I will teach you, well, not teach you, but show you my experiences with storytelling. Alright, so enjoy your breakfast. Alright, so why storytelling? Mentioned some possible answers here. By storytelling, increase children's vocabulary and sentence patterns, develop a love for reading and further learning. Agree? Agree, right? The second, repetition and repetitive phrases foster listening and speaking abilities. Agree? Yeah, then listen to your story. When you are doing storytelling, you're modeling. You're modeling the way we talk, right? Okay, so it's a good way to give your kids or students more input. And the very important, the last one, good storytelling skills help children stay focused and engage in the story. Agreed? Right. Alright, so today we are learning some skills. Okay? So for today, I will show you 4 stories. Basically, they are all from picture books because we are going to teach in elementary schools. And not only the picture books, you can find a lot of interesting stories on the websites if you search for it. Alright? But today we just listen to these 4. So before I do storytelling, these are some skills I need you to like monitor or observe while I'm doing the storytelling. So later you will use the form here. Okay, the first one, the voice mechanics I'm using. The first one, appropriate volume. Be sure that if you have a large class or your audience is like big, you need to what? Use a louder voice, right? In case the last one sitting in the back, they can hear you, right? The second one, clear enunciation. The pronunciation, enunciation, articulation are important to make sure everyone understands you while you are speaking, okay? And the third one, non-monotonous vocal expressions. Don't speak like robot. We are human beings, we have feelings, right? You are hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm angry, you are crying, you are sad. Okay, so showing your feelings when you're part of the story. Okay? Alright, the second one, face, body, and gesture. Use your body as a tool. Use your body as a tool. Expressively nonverbal communication. So, actually the interaction is everything. You use your body to enhance the story, to introduce the story to your audience. Okay? And the third one, focus. We're talking about how to stay students focused. Like the first one, clear concentration. So later I will need you to put away things. You just leave your pen or pencil and this ruler on your desk. This is what I ask when I do storytelling in my class. I always need my students to put away everything. They just sit there, they keep entirely focused. They don't like playing with things on the desk, all right? And second, eye contact. Try to look at every kid you are talking to, not just like stare in a doorway, okay? The third one, interaction. So you move that way, you talk to this one, you do a lot of interaction. And the last one, can you see it in the back? charismatic presence in space. While you are standing in the center of the stage, you are the star. You are the star. Be confident. Okay? No one knows the story you are going to tell. So don't panic when you forgot something. You can always make it up according to what you know about the story. Okay? So when you are standing in the center of the stage, you are the star. Alright, and the 4, characterization. Voices change from diverse characters. Well, what a coincidence here, because all the books are all about animals. So later you will hear a lot of stories about animals. Okay, so try to imagine if you were doing the storytelling. What kind of voices you are going to change if you were the storyteller here? Okay, and the second one, dramatic onomatopoeia. Do you know onomatopoeia? Like the sound effect. Sound effect. Okay, so if you can use dramatic, interesting onomatopoeia sound effect, that will increase the students' attention, the focus. Right? The 5th, use of space. Comfortable and relaxed ambiance. So although we are in a class, but actually we are here to enjoy stories. So actually I would like to tell my students while doing storytelling, I will tell them to sit back, like you are sitting in sofa at your house. Okay? So relax. You just listen to the story and enjoy. Second, moving around. So later I might move around. Get close to you. Don't be afraid. And 6, pacing and timing. Smooth flow. Smooth flow. Do you think it's important? The flow. The flow of you doing storytelling. Yeah. But what might be the factors to interrupt the flow? Have you ever thought about it? Emotion, yes. Okay. More? What might interrupt the flow? The voice. Excuse me. The tempo, the pace, right? The tempo might be. What else? How do you keep the flow going?
You have to be very familiar with the story.
Yes, you have to know your story here. Remember, don't panic. When you forget, it's okay. Nobody knows. It's a secret you can't hear. Nobody knows your story, only you. So keep the flow going. Okay, keep the flow going. Smooth flow. Know your story before you stand on the stage. The last one, speeding up, pausing, slowing down. Okay, we're talking about pacing, the timing. So some stories are very intense. So you might want to speed up, create an ambience of intense. Okay, or you want to do a little pause, ask questions. Right? Or you slow down your voice. Like this. Alright, so feel free to use these techniques. Later I will show you. Alright? Any questions about these skills? No? Okay, good. Alright, now later we'll start doing storytelling, and you have four rubrics here. So you might mark like story number 1, 2, 3, and 4. While you are listening and observing my storytelling, be sure like you are marking the check according to the rubric and the criteria here. Okay, the first one would be voice. The second one, facial expression, body gesture, language, focus, characterization, use of space and time, and pacing. Okay? Alright. Now, I need you to put away the things on your desk. You may keep the water bottle, but please put away your cell phone. Cell phone is an evil thing. Okay. Alright, so